So the organization behind ChatGPT is called OpenAI. And OpenAI, it kind of refers to, and please correct me here if I'm wrong, I'm not a data scientist, but what open refers to is the accessibility to for every person or engineer to access the software and the code and go in and build stuff, do their own thing with the existing language models, existing code. So OpenAI started with the philosophy that this should be open for everyone to use, but have sense closed it. So now it's a for-profit organization, and Microsoft just invested in them, and they think that this is too dangerous for the public to just do whatever they want with. Lone, what do you think? Open or closed? What is the different implications of open, and why should it be open if you think that, and why should it be closed if you think that?
So I think from a commercial perspective, right, as a company, you'd want to get some form of funding. And yes, you can get lots of funding if you start advertising, you turn into Facebook and so on. However, if we're talking about the data already exists. What ChatGPT has done, it has handed the keys to the kingdom to anybody who's on it, opened it up for people who are not in the industry to use it and to get information out. I don't think that's a bad thing at all, but I do think that some information in unknowing hands can be dangerous. But on the other hand, the people who really want to misuse it can do so, whatever they do, right? I mean, AI has been around for a long time. The first self-generating algorithm was developed in 1958. 10 years ago, AI, machine learning and deep learning, became a standard in all major fintech companies. It's just not been available to the public. So, it's all about us as people. It's not about it's dangerous. It's what we as people do with it, and do we use it right? Maybe not, but shouldn't everybody be allowed to do so? Now, whether you should pay for it or not is a different story. Personally, I think we should pay for it, right? There's huge amounts of investment that's been going into it. If you're getting a service, if I had a restaurant, I wouldn't be offering my food for free. And if I have a fintech company and I have developed software, I'd like to see some return on it.
Thank you. Jimmy, what are you thinking on that topic? Open, closed, what's the dangers, what's the profits?
So open's decentralized, and I believe that's the best approach forward. Closed is centralized. It's kind of like the way we see the media now, and they're in control of how they can manipulate the content. If it's open, there's some attack vectors. However, if you have like a proposal by the architects or the engineers that are behind it that has like an 80% consensus, I believe this is the best way forward. An open protocol that has an 80% consensus by everybody that believes this should be the way forward. Closed just seems too dangerous, and we see it unfolding in all these countries, the way that information's being manipulated now.
Lily? Yeah, take the...
So I think that it has to be, well, the reason that they closed it, I mean, it makes a lot of sense, at least in the short term, for it to be closed source, because I don't know if you remember using it in November. It was actually very open. Mm-hmm. It was like the structure, you could literally ask it anything and it would give you a response. Since that time, it's been trained and kind of like they've done like a massive like public safety social experiment, and we the public have failed, basically. Like there were people asking to make bombs. There were people basically asking to create asking the AI to give them access to things that would create outcomes that were like not easily reversible. Like if a whole bunch of people get access to, just get like a bunch of like 15-year-olds just get easy access to, I don't know, like bomb making materials or something. There's like there's an irreversible result that can happen that I guess the OpenAI safety team decided that they don't want to be like singly responsible for, like right now, for like creating an irreversible effect in humanity. I think over time, for sure, an open source alternative will inevitably evolve. And like humanity already showed that they're not ready for that. Like just 2 months ago, basically, that's like the systems are kind of too fragile to do that right now. And it's not necessarily, I wouldn't say that it's dangerous to go closed source because, like permanently actually for AI, because life wouldn't actually be much worse than it already is. It would just be that like the hierarchies and the information asymmetries that have always existed because of the natural balance of power would just continue. And the natural balance of power and the hierarchies of like information that already exist stay that way because, we haven't talked about UBI yet, but like if the public, like if there's like an uprising from the public to get, open access to AI, then that will happen if there's enough uprising. But it doesn't seem like, I don't see where there would be a balance point where closed source would make enough people upset that they would upset the balance. So I think basic capitalism is just going to win out, and it probably will be. I mean, most people honestly won't even notice the difference between like a closed source AI and a completely open AI. Just like most people don't notice the difference between like the real news or whatever that means and all the news. So yeah, I think it'll be closed source and everyone's going to be okay.
So short term, it's going to be closed, long term, open. All right. Cool. I think I agree with that.